Max Verstappen will not change his mind on his involvement in the Drive to Survive series, but he will be watching the new series that reflects last year's campaign that drops today on Netflix. And Ross Brawn is loving the intensity of this whirlwind time that we have in Formula One with the technical regulations. I'm Ollie Wilson for GP Fans. Let's dive into all of the headlines as we continue, of course, our look as well at testing in Bahrain over the next 2 days. Get on to gpfans.com for that, but here's the rest of the headlines in Formula One today, this Friday. Formula One is in a pretty volatile place, according to the sports managing director Ross Brawn, as teams try to adapt their new car designs for the new regulations in 2022. Thursday in Bahrain was dominated by the new-look Mercedes W13 that hit the track with a unique design that has taken many others on the grid by surprise, adopting a sleek, minimal side pod look that certainly wasn't present at last month's testing in Spain, although many of the other teams have adapted their cars from Barcelona's test days, although not quite as drastically as Toto Wolff's team. It appears Brawn is enjoying the tumultuous technical time in the sport and seeing all the differing approaches to F1's new look, as the designers and engineers adapt and try to tackle the drastic changes to 2022's aerodynamic regulations. What's impressive are the changes between Barcelona and here, and that's the thing with new regulations, said Brawn. You've got the scope of the regulations, but you also get to see what everyone else has done. It's a pretty volatile period with lots of innovation, but it's pretty much as I expected, so very exciting. You have to admit, if you're a real lover of the technical side of the sport, which many of us are, you're in F1 heaven right now, and we all know that Ross Brawn is certainly one of those minds. Elsewhere in Formula One, Max Verstappen hasn't been too tight-lipped in the last few days, with his dismissal of Mercedes' new design of their W13 car, and now the reigning world champion is having a pop at the Netflix series Drive to Survive. Verstappen blames the series for, I quote, ruining his mind, as he continues to hold off from being directly involved in the documentary series that many feel Formula One's increasing global popularity needs to be credited for. The full series drops today on Netflix of last year's incredible title battle in Formula One and is going to be a cracking binge watch before the start of the new season next week. But Verstappen has never been a big fan of the show, saying in the past that it faked a few rivalries to create on-screen drama. No, I won't change my mind, declared Verstappen when asked if he would reconsider his position on the programme. That was already ruined after season 1. The Dutchman understands that the show needs to heighten the drama sometimes for the good of the viewing audience, and did admit he would be watching it, adding, "I'll probably watch it and see how nicely over the top it is. Then I'll continue with my life, and I'll probably watch other documentaries on Netflix." It is important to point out as well that Max does have a behind-the-scenes documentary with Viaplay in the Netherlands, so maybe there's another reason why he's not too fond of Drive to Survive. Will you be watching it all in one day once testing is over this Friday in Bahrain? Of course, you can follow all of testing on GP Fans live blog today and tomorrow on gpfans.com, and stay up to date with everything we do over social media on @GPFansGlobal as well.